Hi guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and here we go with yet another video from Extreme Warfare Revenge. This is basically a recap from Tuesday night stream, where basically we booked the whole of July. Thankfully didn't progress too far, so we can actually just get through explaining most of the shows in full detail, because that should take us to maybe a 12-minute video. I don't want to bore you for too long, so we'll try and get straight into it. So we started off with the war on a Wednesday, which started off with AJ Styles announcing he was going to retire, which was unfortunate. Then we had a debut with the Funk Soul Brothers, which is a stable involving Xavier Woods, who's now called the Boy Creed. He's in there with Brian Josie, formerly Abraham Washington. He's in there with Cedric Alexander, Willie Mack, and I think there's somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. We're also pushing Manic, so he had a match against El Generico just to try and get Manic a bit over in this. And to start an angle, we had Kazarian and Daniels attack Mr. Anderson. What does that lead to? We'll find out in a minute. Connor and Solomon Crow, now known as Crew, who later gets renamed to the tag match against the LAX. And in the main event, just to get a bit of overness on John Morrison, he bet AJ Styles. Which led us straight to Impact, where Kurt Angle had a quick interview, and then we had the Disciples of the Sin cut a promo on Jeff Hardy. I got a couple of matches in there with El Generico beating Manic again, Chris Hero facing Adam Cole in a really good match. And then basically we had Daniels and Kazarian attacking Mr. Anderson, only to be saved by John Morrison. So you know where that's going to. We had Cowboy James Storm answer just basically a call out from Bobby Roode just to create a match there and turn the Cowboy. We were short in the faces. So Bobby Roode defeated James Storm just after that via cheating to build a feud there. Jeff Hardy then got attacked by the Disciples of the Sin before Sting beat Billy Ray, and then we had a contract signing between AJ Styles and Kurt Angle for the pay-per-view, announcing that AJ's last proper match in the company will be for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in Scotland at the Glasgow Glesson. One thing I will note is there was massive plans for Samoa Joe to have a big push, and he came forward and said he had a cocaine problem, so he's been sent to rehab, so we won't be seeing him probably for another couple of months. The following week, just the same kind of matches. Adam Cole got a match against Roderick Strong. We debuted Mercedes Martinez as an ally for Beth Phoenix. We had Xavier Woods and Cedric take on the Invasion just to get a bit of overness there. Same with Jeff Hardy beating Abyss, and Anderson and Morrison beating Bad Influence. Then on to our go home show before the pay-per-view, with an angle between Austin Aries and MVP. Obviously MVP is playing the role of the investor, so we made an angle where if Austin Aries beats MVP in a ladder match at the pay-per-view, then we will give Austin Aries any title shot whenever he wants, to cash in for any title. Just for a weird stipulation we could put in. A job match by the Defunct Brothers against Connor and Crew. Another angle of them beating up Jeff Hardy. It's going to lead to something at the pay-per-view, trust me. I think with the Count the Divas angle was there between Mercedes and Mickey James. We then have a video with the impending debut of Tommaso Ciampa. Austin Aries gets a match against Jay Briscoe, which he wins. As you see, El Generico again beating Manic, but that gets more overness on Manic. Chris Hero and Kevin Steen were attacking Adam Cole before Colt Cabana makes the save. Another tag match for Anderson and Morrison, which is going to push them into the tag title picture, before a contract signing between Sting and Billy Ray. And then in the main event, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, the Cowboy James Storm with the victory over Abyss, Bobby Roode and AJ Styles. So it takes us into the Glasgow Glasson. Our dark match was just a wee match between Jay Briscoe and Chris Evans. Since I left both off the card, there's no Briscoes in this pay-per-view. Chris Hero then defended the television championship in a fatal 4-way against Adam Cole, Kevin Steen and Colt Cabana. El Generico defended his X Division title again against Manic. I just really want to keep the title on Generico for a bit longer, and I'm short on opponents for him. Bad Influence won a fatal 4-way tag match. I'm pretty sure the opponents were John Morrison and Mr. Anderson, LAX and the British Invasion. Jeff Hardy defeated Abyss thanks to the debuting Jimmy Jacobs, helping Jeff Hardy out with a win there. Sting defeated Billy Ray. The reason for this is Billy Ray's overness is just decreased so much. He's down to like an 80 now, proper mid-card there. So he's just basically going to job down a bit. Bobby Roode get another win over James Storm. That feud's going to go on for ages. AJ Styles beat Kurt Angle to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Crowd went wild. It was a good, nice send-off to AJ. We had Austin Aries cash in his contract thing to win the title and get rid of AJ Styles. But unfortunately, the crowd loved the match before so much it suffered a lot, as you can see by the rating. And obviously we're going to plan to do AJ Styles with a couple of retirement angles, get as much overness off him as possible. And before our next show, which was on the 16th, he suffered an injury, so we couldn't use him again. He's now he didn't even come on wrestler. He's gone. He's out of the database. AJ Styles doesn't exist in this save anymore. So when you get to the after pay-per-view, you start to try and debut a few people. So Michael Bennett made his debut in this show. Jacobs was in a match with Jeff Hardy. The Hurricane came down and saved Jeff Hardy as well. So it's going to be Shane Helms, Jimmy Jacobs, and Jeff Hardy in the stable, who was a fourth member. I can't remember off my top of my head. I'll go through the stables as well at the end. And Adam Cole beating Kevin Steen before your tag match in the main event. I'll just quickly flick through there. Rick Titus, that was the fourth member. He debuts the following Impact. You get Mercedes Martinez beating Mickie James. Just general matches to try and get people some overness. It's all the kind of same feuds. There's kind of few matches where, like Kurt Angle beat Bobby Roode because James Storm will jump in that, and Jeff Hardy, we needed overness on him, so he beat Austin Aries. Next week with the 8-man tag of the Creatures of the Night, that's Jeff Hardy's stable, taking on Team Park. They had Chris Sabin in, I think, instead of Raven, just to fill it up, basically, fill up the team. Apart from that, we had the All-Star match in the main event, or the champions. Well, the television champion was in there, Chris Hero, the world champion, Aries, and the X Division champion. And then obviously your number one contenders are all in that match. I think we had the main tag champions as well. The following week, Chris Sabin in a nice match against Jacobs, which kind of suffered because Jacobs really needs to build overness. It was quite a poor show, this one. I think it's my joint worst show, but it was just a case of trying to build new stars, because we're at the stage now we're competing with WWE, so we need people to get over. We don't have it, we have like 3 people over 90 overness, and 2 of them coming in are like non-workers who are just to help with basically our draw power, to take fans away from the WWE because they're hurting our public image. Again, try to build people up. Jeff Hardy beating Bobby Roode. It's just try to get that Mark Briscoe over Kazarian. Kazarian's quite over, but he's not going to be a main event guy. And then finally, Impact Wrestling. Again, with the show here was just your usual Austin Aries against Kurt Angle, James Storm, Bobby Roode. Just really try to put on a good show for the fans here. No real big debuts. That comes on the one show we did here. The first show of August, where we re-debuted Velvet Sky. She came back as a heel manager for Chris Sabin, and she's over already. Drew McIntyre bet the boy Creed thanks to interference by the returning Rob Terry, so it's Drew McIntyre's going to be paired up with Rob Terry just to give them something to do together. And apart from that, we just had a match there between Austin Aries and El Generico just to get a good bit of overness. So that's it so far. The next pay-per-view is the 17th of August, which is Aftershock. So 3 shows we've got to book a card for that. The new guys that come in, I'll show you through writing staff, is Shane McMahon and Ric Flair. We're going to use them as a co-ownership, they're going to be both heel investors. So it's basically going to be the 2 of them against MVP now, just to try and get, as I said, some star power. I mean, you see it there, Ric Flair number 1 heel, Shane McMahon number 5 heel. Your second heel is Alex Shelley, and Alex Shelley's not even in a proper written contract because he's still doing Japan commitments. So let's just try to push these faces to the next level and get some heels up. As you can see, a lot of people come up for development this month. You get like, say, Angelina Love's back up for development, Melina, Alex Kozlov. We haven't put Ciampa on screen yet. Rachel Summerlin could be something good. Still got Bad Bones, Rich Swann, Kyle O'Reilly, Jonathan Gresham. The Big O, I mean, there's so many big names there, well, from the independent scenes that could do something to our roster. We just lack the main event guys to do a roster split just yet. But say that's it, and there's still people that couldn't come up with Sasha Banks and Pete Dunne. Because they're still young, I'd like them to get more overness or get more stats built there. and if they don't, then they'll be good to go. But the fact is, they've got 272 wrestlers in development, so that means we're just short of 100 on the main roster. Regarding contracts, Alston will go obviously. Raven, I'm on the fence with. Mickey James, I might try and just put a cheerleader gimmick and push her to the moon. MVP, Carlito, and Beth Phoenix, I've still to decide about them. Impact Wrestling contract is due to come to an end. I'm waiting to see, I think, how long have we got left on it? 4 weeks, so I'll have to make a decision right before the end of the month, because obviously we're trying to get on Fox, but we could end up with not getting that and end up with just 6 segments a week, which to help build stars before pay-per-views is just not good enough, and especially when we're trying to challenge the WWE. Interestingly enough, we actually get better ratings for this on CBS in a late evening for the 6 segments than we do on Impact, which has 11 segments, sorry. As you can see, our overness now, 63%. Decent money in the bag. Everything, merchandising's full, advertising's full, production values are full. It's just getting the overness up. Talk to the owner, just quickly show you there. We're making money. PI's going up. As I say, if I go to other promotions quickly, you'll see WWE competitive status. We're at war with the WWE, but when you're against Austin, Rock, Undertaker, Hogan and Cena, you kind of need to bring the big draws in. So I think that's about everything. All other things I'll quickly get through is obviously your champions. Celeste Bonnen's still champion for the knockouts. Chris Hero's still your TV champion. Kazarian and Daniels, the Bad Influence, are still tag champions. Lo Generico is still your X Division champion. And your new TNA World Heavyweight champion, the greatest man ever lived, Austin Aries. So that's this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed what you've seen. As always, if you aren't already subscribing, hit that subscribe button. If you're not already following on Twitch, it's www.twitch.tv/21maxwell. If you want to like this video, like it. I don't know if liking videos actually does anything to them. And again, as always, if you're playing EWR or you have a save, let me know in the comments section how you're getting on, who your champions are, who you are, who your booking is, basically, and stuff like that. So until then, guys, I don't know if there'll be any more EWR this week. There might be. We'll see how my schedule works out. So I've got a couple of FM streams to do. But until next time, guys, you take care, and I'll see you later on. Bye bye.